It's the Scheetz Show, another edition. I've been waiting for this guy for a long time. The pride of many places throughout the world. You've been everywhere, man, including living in Edmonton for a short time.
I did, yeah. I lived here for 3 months.
All right, it's Pritchett. Are you ready to go for a ride?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, it looks like we got a bit of a backlog coming up ahead here. Big construction, big semi-truck going on, but anyway. Let's start where we always start with our artists. The first thing I always ask is school bus memories. You actually didn't ride a school bus much, did you?
I actually did. I did for a few months, or a few years, I should say, when I lived in Boston Bar, when we had that restaurant, the CISN. I did. I was kindergarten to grade 3. Okay, cool. So any memories? I ask a lot of people about, some of them have had their first kisses on the school bus, for example. Pritchett, you were young, so probably not. Well, no, not my first kiss. I do remember a kid that smelled like burnt marshmallows.
Yeah.
every day, consistently, he smelled like burnt marshmallows.
Worse than this bus right now, even?
Yes.
Well, did you ever have a theory on that? Like, why burnt marshmallows? Like, did they live by a campfire or what?
I figured out later that it was because he lived, they had a fire in their home, in a fireplace, and I guess it was a certain type of wood that they burned. I learned this later on in life, but it always smells like burnt marshmallows, and we'd all kind of sit near him because he smelled so good.
You like the smell?
Oh, we all like the smell of his jacket.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's get on to your music career because it's crazy.
Sure.
This guy, you are only famous. You're only riding on this bus because of karaoke.
Yeah, I went to a karaoke in 1991 for the very first time. It was brand new back then, and I went up and sang, I've been waiting for a girl like you. And it was like the highest song you could possibly sing in the register. And I went up and did it, and my mom, told me I had to go sing for her since this, it was the very first time for this. Yeah. And that night, right after I sang, the guy who was running it said, I want you to work for me, and I did, and then it just snowballed into what we see today.
I know your theory, maybe not necessarily your singing, but it was actually your entertaining on the stage and actually what he liked, because he wanted you to host the nights for them, right?
Yeah, he really seemed to like that I was, I had a personality, I was a young kid, and he knew I could pull it off, I guess, and try and get people to come in and convince them to come up and sing, Frank Sinatra songs or Metallica or whatever. Okay, so after that, you sing karaoke, you start to really kind of get into this music thing, which is something you hadn't considered until that point, which is crazy because you were a little bit older at that time. Yeah. And that takes you to a singing contest where you're actually competing against Paul Brandt. Yeah, in 1993, I went to a talent search with Paul Brandt. And he was the Alberta rep, I was the British Columbia rep. Yeah. And we became really good friends after that, actually. And you lose touch every now and then, but he went up and came in second place, and I think I placed dead last, but it was a lot of fun. The fun part about that is that Paul Brandt didn't win. Yeah, he didn't win. He came in second, and everybody was shocked too because we thought he was for sure the winner. Yeah. Okay. It was amazing. All right. So while you're doing that and you're doing this bar stuff and you're singing, you went 10 years playing the clubs, which I mean that is like. 10 years in the clubs, it's like dog years. It's like times every year by 7. That's like 70 years. Man. And you said you had a really funny bar experience story to tell me, and you were going to save it for the bus. Well, it involves a song. Can I play the song too? I insist. Okay, cool. So what used to happen is we play the clubs. We do sometimes 7 nights a week, 45-minute sets, 5 45-minute sets, sometimes 6 45-minute sets in a night. So we would get the same songs requested over and over and over again. So sometimes, a girl would walk in at 1 o'clock in the morning and go, can you play Redneck Girl for me? And we're like, oh, we played it 3 times already tonight. Yes. So what we did is we started doing these songs, but in a different vein. Okay. Or in a different genre. So we would play Redneck Girl, but we'd play it like Metallica or Guns N' Roses. and then we do, Brown Eyed Girl, and we play it like Sinatra. Yeah. So we'd mix all them up. And we started doing this one song, and in a like a reggae style. So we started playing it and thinking, well, we're getting them upset. This is what our intention is, just to see if they get upset with the way we play it. Yeah. Anyways, about a week later, we started getting requests for this song to be played like this. Okay. And it goes like this. Hopefully, your listeners will know the song. They might not recognize it at first. Yes. Viewers, yes.